Alrighty, so I've been watching a lot of YouTubers recently, a lot of Blitz channels, and I've come away from the experience thoroughly depressed. Not that there's, you know, bad stuff, bad content, bad education, not that people aren't doing their best, whatever. I just put it this way, right? Anyone ever looked at Facebook, right? Facebook is just a collection of like people's best moments. It's like if you looked at Facebook, you'd think their life was freaking amazing. And YouTubers are no different from that on Blitz channels. You watch the games and, like, you know, Droodles or something. Now, look, don't get me wrong, much better player than me. Much better player than I will ever be on every single level. But what I'm saying is, everything's always bloody sunny in his world, isn't it? I mean, it's just sunshine all the time. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. He's always winning. He's always doing massive damage games. He's always doing this. He's live recordings and, oh my God. And you look at it and you go, God, I'm shit. Oh my God. But look, I've won a load of games and everything's sunny in my world. And the truth of Blitz is, it ain't like that. And which is why I've just put all these bullshit clips on to start with. It's like if you watch these clips and these outrageous shots I'm making and all the things that are going on, you'd think I was the best YouTuber in the world as well, and I'm just not. That Panther game, by the way, we went on to lose. And you're sort of there going, yeah, boom, and it's a bit like the Blitz publicity. You know, drive fantasy tanks, drive real tanks, drive tanks, command the battlefield, bam! And, you know, you can't blame Wargaming for promoting their game in that way, because you're kind of like, well, they're not going to give you the reality of a game, and all games are sort of bent and in a lot of ways skewed, and you can't win all the time, and, you know, it's not all bad and it's not all good. But what I sort of object to in a lot of ways is no one ever shows the games where they lose, do they? Or rarely. You know, they'll show a spectacular game where they killed 6 tanks and got killed by the 7 or whatever. They won't show the games with, like, the shit teams where you've just wasted sort of, I don't know, 6 minutes of your life, and or possibly actually more likely 2 minutes of your life, because they're all dead and you've got no hope. What they're doing is they're showing these sorts of games where it's like, yeah, the T71's amazing, right? If you go out in the T71, you don't need a lot of skill. It's overpowered. You can just ammo rack T44s and do stuff like that, and it's just blah blah blah. And you can roll out in an IS-5 and you can go along and you can see a Walker Bulldog and you can ammo rack it because the IS-5's got a great gun and it's amazing. Buy the IS-5. You know, and part of it as well is, let's be honest, they're selling tanks to you. Buy this tank, it's OP, you'll win loads, until the next tank comes out. You know, look at the power creep on the Drak and the Helsing compared to things like the Annihilator and Smasher and all of that. And I'm showing, like, my best bits just to make a point that it's all really a total piss take. So what I would really kind of like, and I'm not asking for every single, you know, YouTube to do this for every single game. I guess it would be depressing in its own way, but can we have some freaking honesty about the game? Because not everyone is just, not every game is a Raz or an OP replay or I go out in this tank and I just flaming destroy everything in front. It's just not like that. It's dishonest. The game isn't like that. So here we go. So having ranted on over a load of piss take clips, which just there to illustrate how anyone can look good if they just put all their best bits together, and let's face it, if they spam enough battles, here's a shit game I played. So Droodle says this tank is OP, and it is, right? It's good tank review, mate, brilliant. And he showed 2 live games, only I don't believe they're live, sorry boys and girls, I do not. I've actually seen things on his channel where people have gone, you had a game in between, because I can remember playing it. I don't think they're live, they're just put together as if they're live. Live streams, you watch some of these YouTubers play live streams and they make us all feel bad about how good they are, and actually they're just as shit as you and me. They're not doing anything spectacular and this and that. They do a 2.5 hour live stream, they have 3-4 standout games. And I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just saying that commodity Blitz is rather like the game I'm just showing you. So here I am in my recommended tank, my ML1 or whatever I've been told to buy because it's OP. And right enough, It is. But this is what I would say you never see on YouTube. You don't see these games. These games which are just sort of how Blitz is. Like when your team just fucking capitulates and you're there going, right, yeah, and you're doing your best and you're doing everything you're told to do, right? I'm going to put the gun up, I'm going to angle the hull, I'm going to use my turret armour, I'm going to, you know, cover my reloads, I'm going to get decked by an AMX, which I should have been paying attention to because I'm a bit shit, blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, if I was doing a video as a dishonest YouTuber on the ML1, I would show the game that I played 2 games in on Castilla, where I did about this level of damage and killed a load of stuff. I got a really good third class and a Confederate and a this, that and the other, and I would have put that on and, you know, talking about the do's and don'ts with the tank and just going on about how awesome it is and, you know, basically flogging you a tank even though it's tech tree. But the reality is, most of the games I played the other night in this tank were like this. I swear to God, I think I played, I don't know, 8, I won 4, possibly 3. I freaking don't know, but they were all basically like this. And then I watched, you know, I watched back Droodles and I was just like, does this shit happen to him? Does it? Because it never seems to. I mean, occasionally it's alluded to that they lose a game. I mean, projecting image of success, you've got a YouTube channel, don't get me wrong. But the fact that you never see it is BS, isn't it? All these guys, they never show you these BS games. So I thought I'd stick one on. There you go, stick my gun up in the air. Pretty much says it all. So, you know, don't get freaking down on yourself looking at all these OP replays and these guys telling you what to do and what not to do and all the rest of it. The reality of Blitz is, despite what we're being told, is a lot of the games will have teams like this and frankly will result in the result that just resulted. You know, so let's have a reality check. Maybe we can have some honesty on YouTube. Anyway, see you, bye.